Hi, welcome. This is Bayern Never Losing. This is the blue team of Bournemouth football, man versus fat. And hello, Russ. Russ,
Hello, Rob.
how are you doing this week?
I'm all right. Good evening. How are
Good evening.
you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Well,
Good.
you're already famous. You're a YouTuber already, aren't you? And on different places. Can you
Fine.
tell us a little about that? A little bit about that, then, please, Russ?
Yeah. What the specific Man v Chat podcast?
Yeah. Just go ahead. Advertise yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay, right. Well, I've got a YouTube channel already called Russ Palmer Video Drone. Go and give us a follow.
Oh yeah.
Where I've uploaded some drone videos from the past and present. I do a bit of video editing from time to time as a bit of a hobby, or have done. And recently, I think as far back as like February, March time, I was on the Man v Fat Bournemouth podcast of Lose to Win. Excellent podcast hosted by Josh and Jack. And as a result of that, I was approached by Jimmy to start up a separate video series, not just an audio format, where we would do discussions around men's mental health, and that's called Man v Chat
Yeah.
in the Bournemouth community. And then we kind of decided to rebrand, or actually from the off to brand the video series vodcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
to brand it as 23 MPH. And we're on a mission to try and help uh, dispel myths and get people to talk more about mental health issues, primarily trying to talk around suicide prevention, but with a little bit of lightheartedness and hopefully some like-minded lads getting together and being open in a kind of judgment-free environment where we can talk about issues that we've got or had, anything past or present, future worries as well. So it's been going really well, and our latest episodes just dropped, I think, as the kids say.
I think they do. Yeah.
And you can find us on Spotify and on YouTube. And it'd be awesome if you're not already to go and check it out. It's called 23 MPH on YouTube and Spotify. So
Okay. Yeah.
please do give us a look up.
I've got to say, I have listened to this episode that's just gone. It's really good about the two hairdressers, barbers.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
nice lads. It was a bit of a segue, or a bit of a different perspective from just the football community to have two lads who, and I hope it came across in the episode, that they really do have a what's the word I'm looking for? They do have a perspective on the need for men to talk, and sometimes being a barber, they get a lot of stuff opened up too, and
yeah,
also they're part of the community and they feel the pains of things that happen in the community if someone's passed away, or if there's some sort of serious issue in and amongst the community, they're kind of right in the heart of it, and they get to hear about it and help people out, not just cutting hair. So
yeah.
it was
Very
really
integral.
interesting. It was really cool, really
Yeah.
good, nice lads.
Can you tell us a bit about when you actually started Man v Fat? How did you hear about it, and just how your
I I
beginnings?
was in the first wave when doom scrolling one night on Facebook. I saw an advert for Man v Fat, and they said that they were opening up a league in Bournemouth, and just drop your name down on the wait list of interest. And I've got to be honest, I kind of forgot all about it for a good few months until the email arrived saying that they were starting up.
Yeah,
And I was initially reluctant to subscribe. So I think it was like 2020, I thought, or maybe even 2021. I can't remember whenever it was, but it was right at the beginning of the league. And the funny thing was they said it was going to be a weeknight, so I was like, oh, that'd be great, do something after work. And then it opened up saying it was going to be on a Friday night, and I was reluctant to give up a Friday night.
yeah,
I was actually quite used to just getting home from work on a Friday, and it just being quite easy, being quite a nice way to start the weekend. I'm really glad, I genuinely mean this, I'm really glad that I didn't just ignore it. And I actually thought, you know what, small sacrifice of giving up a Friday for something a bit different, lose a bit of weight, keep fit a little bit more than sort of sat about eating pizza on the sofa on a Friday night. So yeah, so right back in the original days, and it's grown significantly since those first few seasons into something that I think is actually really, really something to be cherished. I think it's great. I really do enjoy the league, and I enjoy all the things that come with it. I could do better on the weight loss, but we'll probably come on to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I've been there since the beginning of the Bournemouth League, mate.
Yeah, okay then. So in the Blues at the moment, you play in varying different positions, but where do you think your actual best position is on the pitch? See the
Oh,
caveat there on the pitch.
yeah, I don't know, Rob. Quite honestly, I don't think I'm particularly sharp in front of goals, so I would say anywhere midfield and back. I've tried stints in goal before, and it's much harder than it looks. So
Yeah,
I don't mind having to go in between the sticks, but generally speaking, it's I would say probably slightly more defensive role. But don't mind playing out on the wing and pinging a ball over to someone who can actually finish the damn thing. But
yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a striker. Put me anywhere else, I think.
yeah. Okay, so talking about what you've been eating this week, and how do you think the gladiator challenge that's been set by Josh and the others, do you feel that it was good that you didn't participate, that you're not participating? Can you just tell me something about that,
Um,
or is it
I
encouraging you at all?
I have to be brutally honest and say I haven't really paid a huge amount of attention to the Gladiator Challenge, only that we've put forward some strong candidates for competition this week. In terms of the actual requirements of the challenge, got to be honest and say I'm not really that hot on the rules and what it's all about. But
Just lose your weight, I
Q,
think.
kudos to all those that are taking part. And yeah, maybe if this is, to my knowledge, the first time we're doing it, and if it proves fruitful for those who want to push themselves, then maybe it's something that I can get involved in if there's another round of it
Yeah.
coming up.
Okay. So on the food side of it, how are you getting on with that then? What's your like weekly what your weekly thoughts on your way you eat and sort of
Do you know what? I um I definitely know I could do better, and I have this
Mhm.
conversation pretty much on a weekly basis with Steve. Food preparation for me is key. When I'm really good at prepping food, when I'm really good at meal planning for lunches at work and for dinners,
When would you do
I'm
that though?
well,
At the
on a
weekend?
weekend, yeah, a weekend, or even intra week. Like if thinking about on a Monday, Tuesday, what I'd have for the for the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever it will be. If I'm loads better in the summer when I can sort of prepare salads and stuff like that and have things prepared for lunches. But I do know that I get a bit lazy in the winter when it comes to meal prep. So for me. I'm tied to a desk for so many hours during the day that I kind of end up sort of parking food and thinking about food,
Yeah.
and then just having a kind of highly this is on a bad week. Let me caveat this, and then I'm aware that I would just have probably a calorie dense food just because it's convenient, and
It
so
also builds the sugar. I don't know. It gets you that rush.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's it. Yeah,
yeah.
so if I'm in the office and I know I need to be good, then I've got options. I've got things that are available to me. I've got a salad bar and I've got options for sort of lighter calorie stuff. So, I might if I'm being super conscious, I'll try and go for something a bit healthier, like a salad or a jacket potato or something like that.
So kind of,
But
sorry.
no, go
I,
on.
I was just saying, kind of the foods that you're having. It sounds like you've read something about the glycemic index. Do you know about that at all, or is it just that those are the foods you like?
The glycemic index is
Yeah.
about that's about the speed of digestion and metabolism, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
That's right. Yeah.
But it's going back a bit. Rob, you might have to re-educate me on the specifics of it. I just think they're wise foods. Just sort of things that are sort of denser in sort of water and less calories and easier to absorb that nutrition over a longer period of time. That was my understanding of the GI
Yeah. It
index.
is.
But
Yeah.
um so yeah, I do think I'm better when I'm preparing it, and I'll do good soups. I love soup. I don't have a just this week I've had soups Monday, Tuesday for my lunch.
Have you seen
Only
the dull one in the man versus fat thing? The for the they sent through the recipe.
I
Have you seen that?
yeah, I've seen it, but I haven't made it. I'd prefer to um kind of blitz up my own if I'm just
Yeah.
sort of having a clear out of stuff in the fridge. But again, from a lazy perspective, I'm really happy with some. I'm really impressed rather with some of the soups that you can get on the shelf in the supermarket these
They are
days.
good.
Waitrose do some really banging soups. They do a Kerala spicy chicken curry soup, which is awesome. And there's a Yorkshire Provender. Don't know how you say
I
it.
don't know.
They do a roast chicken and vegetable soup, which is really good. It tastes like a roast dinner in a pot, which is excellent. So yeah, I don't mind a good soup. But the one thing I will say, my downfall, I know my downfall is bread.
Yeah.
So I do like a really good sandwich, and sometimes even like a baguette with dinner, that can be shared amongst us at home. So yeah, bread, I have got a bit of a sad soft spot for bread. And when I cut out the bread and I'm really trying to cut out carbs, then the weight does shift. But again, that comes down to the meal prep and making sure that I'm having stuff that is filling without the need for that stodge added on as well. So
I'm gonna have a bit of a
mm.
sidetrack here. Can you just tell us about your hobbies and interests for a bit, so the other team, the other members of the team can know about
Yeah,
that?
well, I mean, I touched on the drone stuff
Yeah.
and the video stuff. So yeah, I do like to do a bit of video editing, and I'm really into music as well. So I do. In fact, you probably see over my shoulder here, I've got my deck set up. So I do a bit of DJing from time to time. I've got a couple of Christmas party gigs coming up. We're in the start of November now, whenever you're watching this, and so I've got a couple of gigs coming up before Christmas, which will be pretty cool. So yeah, I love music, predominantly dance, house music. Back in the sort of late 90s, early noughties, I was DJing around Bournemouth and hung up the headphones back in sort of early noughties, only to
Yeah.
pick them up again in the last couple of years. Now everything's gone digital. It's far more up my street that I've got a kind of a harmonious marriage between tech gadgetry and gizmos and music. So that's one of my big loves. And I guess my other big passion is Spurs. So I'm a massive Tottenham Hotspur fan. Go up there quite a bit. I'm going up to the Ipswich game this Sunday, and we're currently enjoying a nice run of form. Some good
Yeah.
results under our belt. Um, so yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
good.
where are we? Drones, gadgets, DJing, Spurs, and I'll probably Lego. That's probably the other thing of the
Lego.
other
Yeah.
hobby.
I never knew about the Lego.
Yeah, so I've got a few decent Lego kits, but there's always room for more, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping that Father Christmas has taken the hints about wanting the Jaws movie boat and the Jaws shark,
Oh,
which has just come out, well, a couple of months back, I think. But so hopefully my Christmas Day and Boxing Day will be taken up with some decent Lego builds.
okay. So
There we go.
in our last match, you were there for the last match. We were playing against the or was it was the Reds? Was it? Yeah, we were
It
playing
was the
against the Reds.
Reds.
It was
It
the
was the
Reds.
Reds.
And I tell you what, I thought that was a blooming hard game. Actually, it was pretty much 0-0 all the way, wasn't it? What do you think? And then we just won at the last second, didn't we?
I mean, I thought we peppered them. I thought we deserved to win.
Yeah, we deserved
Um,
it. Yeah,
and sadly, yours truly here scored an own goal off the pitch, which led to us actually not
oh,
having a win. But
well, so did I.
I thought there were spells in that game where we played some fantastic football. We moved the ball around really nicely as a team. I think we did really well. Really enjoyed the actual performance on the pitch. Just their keeper had a great game.
He did. Yeah,
And I nearly scored a couple. So
I know.
if my boots were a bit sharper, we may have had a better result. So no, I really enjoyed it. You're right. It was a good game. It was a good
Yeah.
game.
Going up against the Purples this week, and fingers crossed.
Well, they've got
Good.
some talent.
They have
They've got Jimmy in goal. You've got Liam. You've got Bill. I'm trying to think who else they've got. Um,
Ben.
oh yes, of course, and Ben Goodridge is, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Apologies to those who I've missed out. But tough team. The Purples will. we'll have to move the ball around quickly again, much of the same as last time, I would imagine, and keep those subs rolling nicely.
Yeah,
I think having the fresh legs coming on really does make a difference. From my perspective, I like that coming on. Keeps me fresher, I think, rather than just getting a bit tired.
yeah.
And the one thing I have noticed, I think I've said to you, for those who don't know, Rob and I share a car on the way to and from the football. So a lot of this stuff he already knows. But I've shared with you before that I previously would be a bit sort of like nil by mouth on a Friday from about 1 or 2 in the afternoon through till football. And then during the match, I'd tire after about 10, 15 minutes, and I've stopped that. I've knocked that on the head. It's not good for my performance on the pitch.
It's not
So
good for your head, is it?
yeah, exactly. So I'm definitely going to keep up having some decent food closer to kick-off time to maintain that energy level on the pitch. I
So
think that's a personal thing for me.
yeah,
That just works for me.
okay. I'm just going to ask you one more question, and then we'll cut it there after that. What it is about man versus fat. Now, what are the good bits, and what are the bits that could be improved? Do you think
Oh wow.
this could be personal? It could be
Yeah, well, I mean,
overall.
that's really difficult. I hadn't really given that a lot of thought. I mean, it is personal. I think for me, the good thing is the actual community.
Yeah,
Well, there's two things. The community itself, we have got some really, really good lads, got some really, really good friends from the league itself. Um, I genuinely mean that I really think we've got a great bunch of guys together, and that includes Steve. My second point is the coach. Steve is a great
he
guy.
is.
He's a really, really top bloke. Love him to bits. I think with his persona and his bedside manner, I think I've definitely kept going and kept. I think with someone of a different character or different nature, it may not have. I may not have had the same interaction with the
Yeah,
coach and from a leadership perspective. So I would definitely say it probably sounds a bit wet, but the people make it what it is, and Steve's leadership, things they could do better. Um, I would probably say if there was a way for them to integrate the food tracking digitally to the membership, maybe having their own app or their own part of the website where you
that's
could
clever, isn't it? Yeah.
track your own food tracking to your membership, and then that could all be integrated with your weight loss journey as well. I think that would probably be something which they could probably improve on. Obviously, that wouldn't be without cost, but if let's say they did a deal maybe with like MyFitnessPal or something like that, and you could have everything in one portal with your, they do the gym exercise platform. Maybe if all of that could be integrated all together, I think that could be something that could really propel people weight loss journey wise. So yeah,
I was
that'd
gonna
be
say,
my recommendation.
I did say that was my last question, but I just want to get your feelings on getting the captain's medal the other week and how that actually made you feel, and how did the family appreciate you getting that medal?
Well, their instant reaction was, "Is it a joke?" There was there. What was it? Was that a partition? Was that a participation medal? I think was the main comment. That hurt my feelings, Rob.
Yeah, I bet he did.
That really hurt my feelings. I'm trying to be a provider in this household, not just not just someone who to be beaten down with a stick, and to be ridiculed. So, that hurt my feelings, and I made that known.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you got it for was it 2 weeks on the trot losing weight? Because I know you find it quite tricky to lose the weight, so that's what you got it for.
Thank you very much. Well, I think I managed to lose weight by complete accident on those
Okay,
2 weeks with a
okay,
very
well,
so no. I thought you said it was for my exquisite Ballon d'Or type performance on the
oh,
pitch,
oh,
but but
it
I'll
could have
but I'll
been.
take it for the weight loss. I really will.
I mean, we already know who that. Well, you don't, but me and Connor already know who next week's or this week's recipient of the captain's medal is going to be.
Well, thank you in advance.
Okay, thank you. Well, we're going to wrap it up there, and I hope you have a good rest of the evening, and see you on Friday to play against the Purples.
I will see you Friday. And thank you for doing this. Well done on your captaincy of the blue team thus
Oh, thank
far.
you.
Doing a great job.
Okay,
Many
catch you
thanks,
later.
and look forward to seeing you Friday.